What is good, everybody? It is your boy Champagne Chico, and we are back with our weekly Tuesday rebuilds. And this week, we are rebuilding the top team on the board, and they took Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers, who have a pretty good team right now. I don't know if Miles Sanders is the right halfback to be going after. I don't know if paying a halfback in general is the right thing to do, but we're going to be figuring that all out today. If you enjoy NFL content or rebuild content, or if you're a fan of the Carolina Panthers, go down there, like and subscribe for me. If you have a chance, follow the socials down below. But Bryce Young got taken by the Carolina Panthers. I was about to do an Indianapolis Colts rebuild. I don't know why. I already did one for Anthony Richardson before he got taken, actually in the draft, and I haven't done one for the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young. Next will be the Patriots, just because Christian Gonzalez fell all the way to them at like the 17th pick in the draft. Insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know how he fell that far, but we're going to be trying to build a team around Bryce Young on the offensive side. The defense is probably pretty good for the Panthers, but we're going to get into it. And the roster at the beginning of the season looks like this. They did a pretty good job in terms of free agency and building around the QB position, because I'm sure they were already planning to take Bryce Young or CJ Stroud from the get-go. They got Miles Sanders in the offseason. They got Adam Thielen from the Vikings waiving him. DJ Chark joined the team. Laviska Shenault. They got Jonathan Mingo in the draft, who was a good pickup. Hopefully he's able to develop, but it's a deep wide receiver room, so it's going to be tough for him to climb his way up the ranks. Hayden Hurst got added to the roster. Ika Mekwonu. The line is pretty solid overall. I mean, you need a left guard and a center. Can't go wrong with adding to those rooms. Middle linebacker definitely needs help. Free safety maybe is a priority too. You got some solid corners. You got J.C. Horn, who could very well be a top corner in the league in a few years. Von Bell joined the team. Wow, Von Bell joined the Panthers after playing for the Bengals. Surprisingly enough, I thought he was still on the Bengals. But an overall solid roster. It's very solid. Jeremy Chin, I think we're going to move one of those guys to free safety. Possibly Jeremy Chin. I feel like Jeremy Chin's more of a pass coverage type of guy. And then we'll leave Von Bell to be the strong safety for run support situations. Louisville's still on the team. Shaq Thompson is still on the team. So we're going to fix the Jeremy Chin position situation, and then we're going to simulate to the midseason mark and see how this team's doing. Of course, Bryce Young does start off a star like all of our rookies are going to in these rebuilds, just because we can't put hidden development on them off the rip. We're going to have to see how he does with star development and see if he ends up getting better and better over time with the roster that we're hopefully going to put around him. But yeah, I will see you at the midseason mark. And at the midseason mark, we are 4-3. We'll go ahead and look at the stats after going 4-3 as a team this season. We will keep the auto-generated rookies. Just makes it a bit more realistic in terms of just not knowing what it is. 20th in offensive yards and 17th in defensive. Like I said the last video, the draft classes here are not the greatest in terms of realism. Bryce Young had 1,600 yards, 11 TDs, and 2 interceptions, which isn't bad for a rookie. Miles Sanders with 500 yards and 3 TDs. Receiving, Adam Thielen with 405 TDs. Miles Sanders with 302 TDs on the receiving part. Shaq Thompson with the most tackles. Brian Burns with 6 TFLs. Derek Brown with 6 TFLs. And Gross Matos with 5. Brian Burns had 12 sacks. Wow. Louisville with 3.5 sacks. And Shaq Thompson with 2.5. And Xavier Woods with 1 interception. And Jamie Robinson with 1 interception as well. So, overall, the team is doing pretty good. We are 4-3, if I remember correctly. Not a lot to do right now. We have to see who is up for a re-signing right now. And go from there. I'm not necessarily concerned about the draft now that we are doing pretty decently with Bryce Young at the helm. DJ Chark is up for a contract. Eric Rowe is up for a contract at cornerback. Just wants a 1-year deal. Will go down to 31 mil. I think I might save that just because I could probably find a better cornerback in the offseason. DJ Chark, we have a deep wide receiver room, and I think they can develop now that they're probably going to have the space to. Jonathan Mingo, I don't think has a contract up. So, oh, look, Michael Jordan at left guard is on the team. 38 mil. Think we can just look at what's in the draft. Maybe take a deeper look a little bit. But the Texans, left end, outside linebacker, defensive tackle, outside linebacker, QB. We're not supposed to be drafting until possibly the 20s, which is the 25th, taking a right tackle. I would rather take a left guard or a center. We'll see what happens at the end of the season. I'm more worried about making the playoffs with Bryce Young and seeing what really is the weakness on the team. So we're going to simulate to the end of the season and see how everything goes. And we do make the playoffs, going 10-7 at the top of the NFC South, which a lot of people do think is going to happen other than the Falcons possibly. But wow, 10-7. Not the record I was expecting with the rookie quarterback like Bryce Young. 24th in offensive yards. I will be making the scouting more specific next year. 5th in defensive. I didn't do any of the regional scoutings or the week 3 or week 8 scoutings. I will be doing that in this next year. I completely forgot to do so. 4,300 yards, 26 TDs, and 9 interceptions. Miles Sanders was 705 TDs, but splitting it with Chuba Hubbard with 669 and 7 TDs. Receiving, Adam Thielen with 1,010 and 10 TDs. Laviska Shenault with 870 and 4 TDs. DJ Chark with 596 and 3. Defense, Shaq Thompson had the most tackles. TFLs goes to Brian Burns with 26. Derek Brown with 13 and Gross Matos with 13. Burns had 16 sacks. Louisville had 13 and Brown had 9 interceptions. Eric Rowe had 2. Dante Jackson had 2 and Shaq Thompson had 1. Okay, so overall the team is doing pretty well. 10-7 is definitely showing right there with all the stats. We're facing the New Orleans Saints, who still have Marshawn Lattimore on their team. A difficult defense to face, but I think our rookie quarterback can handle it. And we do start off with the ball and are starting off hot as we get only a field goal on that drive. And we're trying to make them get the same, but they get the touchdown ultimately, and we end up answering back, and we get the pick and get another touchdown, 17-7, as the Saints are trying to move downfield to answer back, and they do. They're only down by 3 now. 3rd and 4, and we aren't able to convert. We have to punt it away. 17-14 in the second quarter. We make them punt it, but we're not able to do anything on our drive, and they immediately get a touchdown. We have 40 seconds left to answer back in some way. 20 seconds, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10 for 18 seconds left on the clock. Pass is knocked away by Demario Davis. 3rd and 7, 5 seconds left, and I think we're just going to run out the clock. And the Saints do start off with the ball, but get 3 and outed by us. 3rd and 11, and we convert. We're starting off hot here. 4th and 4, we get a field goal, making it a 1-point game, 21-20. As the Saints punt it back to us, and we're able to get it out of the first 3 downs, but have to punt it ultimately after that. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5, they convert on 3rd down. They convert again on 3rd down. 3rd and 5, they're not able to do it there, and they end up turning the ball over. Will Lutz tried to rush it and was unsuccessful. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 3, another big reception, and a bunch of big receptions gets us another touchdown on the day, but we missed the PAT. 3rd and 10, they convert on 3rd down again. Our defense cannot hold it on 3rd down as they get another touchdown and get the 2-point conversion to get a 3-point lead. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, 29-26, as the Panthers are moving downfield. 2nd and goal, and they're able to get the touchdown and make it a 4-point game. 33-29 as the Saints are trying to answer back in some way, shape, or form. 4th and 5, they convert on 4th down. 1st and 10 in the red zone. 5 yards left for them to get something. 2nd and goal, and they get the touchdown with 39 seconds left on the clock. All we need is a field goal to tie up the game. 2nd and 10, 1st and 10. We get into field goal range. We get into deeper field goal range. 1st and 10 again with the 4-yard rush by Raheem Blackshear. 16 seconds. 3 seconds. Did we call the last time out? And we tied up before OT as they do get the ball first. 3rd and 6, and we stop them. All we need is a touchdown. 3rd and 9, and a 10-yard penalty by Hayden Hurst, and we convert big on it. Adam Thielen, 19 yards, 2nd and inches. 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. We're getting into field goal range. 3rd and 3. We're getting Can we get the touchdown to win it all? 4th and 5. And we get the field goal to win it. We get the field goal to win it, and we move on to the divisional round, getting out of a rough wild card game. And now we are facing the Washington Commanders, who are 11-6. We haven't been able to look at the roster. I've been too bumfounded by the fact that we're in the playoffs. An 83 overall Bryce Young, so he's not superstar just yet. And the team basically just looks the same in general. Jeremy Chin is thriving at the free safety position. So hopefully we can keep it up right now. Hopefully we can go in the divisional and move on to the conference championship. Facing more of a defensive heavy roster with the Commanders, they lose 5 yards on the sack by Brian Burns, but they convert on 3rd down with Terry McLaurin getting the big reception and end up settling for 3 points, as we're not able to do anything on our first drive, as they get the ball back and immediately get some more points, but not a touchdown. 6-0. We still have a chance to stay in this game, and a penalty knocks us forward to about the 40. 2nd and 8, so the start of the second quarter, as Adam Thielen gets a big reception, and we finally get a touchdown. 7-6, as we take our first lead of the game, as the Commanders are trying to do something on offense. 3rd and 14, 4th and 14, and they end up getting another field goal with Joey Slye. 9-7. 2nd and 20, 3rd and 14. We get another big reception. 3rd and 10, and then we can't do anything after that big reception. 3rd and 8. We cannot hold teams on 3rd down. It is insane. 4th and 4, we end up making them settle for another field goal. That's 4 field goals on the day. Whoever has Joey Slye as kicker has a lot of fantasy points right now, as they get the turnover. 2nd and 16, 3rd and 8. 4th and 8, and they end up punting it back to us as we get a big reception to start off the drive. Another big one, and hopefully looking to get a touchdown before the half, and we do just that. 14-12. We can go into the half with the ball, because we do get ball first in the second half. 14-12. 2nd and 12, and we get a big reception by DJ Chark to get the touchdown as we get a 9-point lead. And they convert on 3rd down once again. I thought we were going to shift the momentum as they get another field goal. They cannot get a touchdown. 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, 3rd and 8, and we have to punt it back to them. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 3. They convert on 3rd down once again, and they're moving downfield as they get their first touchdown of the day at the end of the 3rd quarter, getting a 1-point lead on us, as we're trying to do anything to come back into this game, as we're moving downfield pretty progressively as we get the touchdown and get the 2-point conversion with Bryce Young passing it to Miles Sanders. 29-22, a 7-point game and a 7-point lead for us. 3rd and 14, 4th and 14 at the 48-yard line, and they punt it back to us. Was that the right choice? Doesn't seem so, because a 15-yard penalty by Cody Barton, a little bit more than 15. 3rd and 3. We get another conversion. We're trying to run out this clock because we could get a field goal here and basically secure this game as we keep running the ball. We're just getting downfield as we please right now. 4th and 5, Bryce Young kneels, and that is going to do it for this game. And we move on to the NFC Conference Championship in the first year. And we're going to have to face a difficult matchup in the NFC Conference Championship as we're facing the Dallas Cowboys, who are 11-6, who have Micah Parsons on defense. This is going to be difficult to win, as we are going to start off with the ball and almost start off with nothing, as we're moving downfield and only get a field goal, 3-0. But our defense stops the Cowboys in their tracks, but they stop us too. It's still 3-0 with the Cowboys going downfield to get the first touchdown of the day. 7-3, 4th and 6, and we punt it back to them and put them at the 3. 3rd and 5. They get past it, and they're moving. 4th and 1, and they get the field goal to extend it to a touchdown lead for them. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, and they stop us again. We put them at the 1. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 1. We just can't stop them on the offensive side, but they punt it anyways. 1st and 10, 10-3 with 20 seconds left in the second, as we move to the 36 and possibly get a field goal, and we do. 10-6 before the half, as they do start off with the ball. 10-6, our defense just needs to get one stop for us. 4th and inches, and they punt it back to us. 1st and 10, 3rd and 12, 4th and 12, and we try to go for the field goal and miss it. 2nd and 7, as the Cowboys are going to go downfield and get another touchdown. 17-6, as Oh, I thought we turned the ball over already. And there we go. We missed a 28-yard field goal. 17-6. This is not made for us to win this game. As they're going to go downfield and basically put the dagger in us. And we missed a PAT. This kicker sucks. 24-13. That's the first thing I'm doing in the offseason. Getting a new kicker. And Dak Prescott kneels it. And that's going to do it. 24-13 for the Cowboys to move on to the Super Bowl. But a lot of bright spots for our team right now. All right, now we have $62.5 million to work with right now. DJ Chark is not as interested as before. Eric Rose up to age 30. I don't think I'm re-signing any of these guys, to be quite honest with you. I don't think it's worth it. We can take the $60 million into free agency and work with that and get some new players on the team to help out Bryce Young in his future. All right, really getting a bunch of one-year players right now. Michael Thomas is on a 2-year. I dropped his contract to 2 years. I'm not paying him 4 years for him to regress at age 32. So trying to get him on a 2-year deal. We're fighting with 2 other teams. He has full interest, so hopefully he does end up coming to us. Miles Jack at middle linebacker. We don't have a middle linebacker right now, and that would be great to have one. Desmond King at cornerback to fill in basically a CB4 role, CB3. And Sheldon Rankins, because we run a 4-3, so we need a defensive tackle too that's going to be competent. And we're fighting with teams on all these offers, so we're going to hope that we get all of them as they all decide. And only Desmond King and Sheldon Rankins come to the team. Damn, Miles Jack went to the Dolphins. Damn, man. I mean, I hope that happens in real life, but damn. Michael Thomas went to the Eagles. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for us, but we can save the money for next year. I'm not going to be spending unnecessary money. We can find a middle linebacker in the draft and go from there. All right, now simulating to our 30th overall pick. I did think about trading up. I didn't see a reason why. I didn't really see a reason why. There's not a necessity for it. Our tight end right now is pretty solid, but I do have to take a middle linebacker over a tight end regardless. And a run stopper, Derek Hardinson, I did look at him. He has some solid physicals. His skills are to be determined, really. I mean, he's a run stopper, so he's not going to have insane hit power. His play recognition isn't going to be that crazy, and neither is his man coverage. Usually, run stoppers don't have the greatest tackle either. So we'll go ahead and see normal development. We just need to fill in the position, to be honest with you. Round 1 to 2 projection. Hopefully he ends up being a decent overall for us. And in the second round, we are looking for one of our defensive tackles. Hopefully, maybe offensive lineman, meaning a center. We could very well get Jeremy Tobin. It's between him and Byron. But Jeremy's an agile, has some good physicals. A impact blocking, A lead block, B pass block, B pass block finesse. What is Byron Bosman? He's the same agile, has elite agility and elite acceleration. D pass block power, but he's agile. He could very well be better than him. I assume that they're around the same, but we already know that he has a impact block. This is still to be determined. I think I'm going to take Jeremy Tobin and hope that he's good. Hidden development, 88 strength, 79 jumping, and 85 acceleration, 6'3", 310. Our center of the future, really. All right, and at the start of the season, this is how the roster looks. Bryce Young is an 84 overall. Miles Sanders is up to an 89. Adam Thielen is an 84. Laviska Shenault a 77. The center is a 75 overall, so that's great for our future. Hayden Hurst is a 79. We're going to have to get a tight end pretty soon. Brian Burns is up to X Factor. We weren't. Hardison was not a good overall. Damn, we're going to have to deal with the middle linebacker that we have. But also because I didn't see any better ones in free agency with the UDFAs. Damn, that's unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate. I mean, we could try to pack up Xavier Woods to get a middle linebacker. I might do that right now, but if I'm not able to do so, I'll see you at the midseason mark. All right, well, I might have got finessed, but Xavier Woods getting packed up for Eric Kendricks for a year. Xavier Woods was coming up on an expiring contract. He wasn't getting any playing time. We're getting a middle linebacker for a year. Hopefully to really fill out the roster, because I think with the roster that we have, we can definitely make a push in the playoffs. Yeah, defensively, it looks great now. Defense looks great now. We get Eric Kendricks for a year, basically in his prime at this... Well, not in his prime, but at the end of his prime at this point. We're going to simulate to the midseason mark and hopefully be able to do a lot better than last season. And at the midseason mark, we are 3-4. All right, well, stats and awards. 6th in offensive yards, so it must be the defense that's not helping us right now, as they are 12th. Which isn't bad. 2,000 yards, 18 TDs, and 7 interceptions for Bryce Young. Miles Sanders has 450 and 5 TDs. Receiving, Adam Thielen has 475 and 3 TDs. Defense, Eric Kendricks has the most tackles. TFLs goes to Brown with 5, Horn with 4, and Burns with 4. Sacks, Brown has 4, Burns has 4, and Shaq Thompson has 2.5. Dante Jackson had 2 interceptions. Jack Thompson had 1, and Eric Kendricks had 1. Okay, so it seems like it's a good 3-4. It's not like a disappointing 3-4. We have a chance. We have an 87 overall defense. We can definitely improve off of how we're doing so far. 114 mil because Brian Burns is getting up for contract, and Derek Brown, and Shaq Thompson, and Jeremy Chin. Our entire defense, basically. Yep, literally our entire defense is up for a contract. So we're going to try to get Brian Burns first, of course, because that is the main priority. Player-friendly deal for Brian Burns, and he's going to take it 4 years. We're going to sign him until I think his 32-year season or 30-year season. Eric Kendricks, I'm going to have to sign last to see if I have the money to. I would like to keep Derek Brown for his prime. It's a good offer. Glad we got the deal done. Knocks us down to 76 mil. How many years do you want? You want... Let me get the younger players first. Let me get Jeremy Chin on the team, 25 years old. Hopefully he takes his player-friendly. Could find a better team in free agency that suits him better. Don't think that's going to happen because I might franchise tag you regardless. Frankie Louvu, we don't have any other left outside linebackers. He's not the greatest. We'll send him a neutral. Could find a better team that will match his current offer. Desmond King, I'm not concerned about. Sheldon Rankins, I'm not concerned about. We'll worry about the kicker later on because we can't get him right now. Shaq Thompson, will you take a neutral deal? Not considering shorter deals at the moment. Okay. And Eric Kendricks, will you take a 1-year deal? Excited to sign such a great offer. So we keep Eric Kendricks for 1 more year. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite me in the ass. That would be unfortunate if it did. We're going to set this regional scouting. We'll look at the mock draft first, just so we can make sure we're putting it on the right area. It looks like offensive tackle might be the way, but I would like to get an outside linebacker, depending on how we finish the season, though. So what does it say that we should be getting? A defensive end. So I might put it at defensive ends, just to be able to have it that way, and it seems like it's a very defensive end heavy draft class. So we're going to do that right here and put this focus scouting to defensive end. And that is going to be set for that. And we're going to move on to the end of the season. I'm kind of afraid about the Eric Kendricks signing. If I see him regress significantly by the offseason, I'm trading him. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. I am going to trade him. So we will simulate to the end of the season, see how everything goes, and hopefully make the playoffs. And we only make the playoffs because the rest of the division was horrible, all going 7-10, but we were 9-8. Might have been a wild card if we were in any other division, but 5th in offensive yards and 8th in defensive. So it seems like we really got carried by the fact that we were facing a bunch of horrible opponents. 5,000 yards, 45 TDs, and 15 interceptions for Bryce Young. Miles Sanders with 1,111 TDs. Receiving goes to Adam Thielen with 1,210 TDs. Marshall with 905 TDs. Defense, Eric Kendricks had the most tackles. Hopefully he didn't regress too much. Derek Brown with 23 TFLs and Brian Burns with 13. Sacks goes to Burns with 17 and Derek Brown with 11.5. Interceptions, 5 interceptions for Eric Kendricks. Dante Jackson had 4. Shaq Thompson had 2. So we're going to be facing, I can't remember who it was, the Washington Commanders, one of the teams that we faced last season. Ooh, we just have to be able to beat them. If we beat them, we can start on momentum because they are 11-6 and their defense got a lot better. And the Commanders start off with the ball as our defense locks them up, but theirs does the exact same to us. Our punter puts them in good position, but we get the pick from them, and we get the first points up on the board, 3-0, as they're still not able to do anything. 3rd and 8, we get a penalty to get the first as we're moving in with penalties. 3rd and 9, 4th and 9, and we get the field goal, 6-0. 3rd and 4, we get another pick. Wow, we are doing well right now, but it is a 9-0 game as we get 2 straight sacks. And 4th and 2 is not going to be enough for them to get the first as we're trying to go downfield. At the end of the second, we get a big reception. 3rd and 2 again. 3rd and 10, and we get the touchdown finally. 16-0 Panthers, and they're trying to get a touchdown on the board, and it seems like they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to settle for the field goal, 16-3. They still haven't fixed their offense situation. 3rd and 1, we get stopped on 3rd down, but we get the pick at the goal line with the pick 6, 24-3, and a 2-point conversion, it seems. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8, 4th and 4, and they have to settle for another field goal. We're going to speed this up as they keep struggling on the offensive side of the ball, but they are stopping us on defense. But they just can't get anything going on offense. And 24-6 is your final score for the Carolina Panthers to beat the 11-6 Washington Commanders and move on to the divisional round. And now we are facing the 9-8 New York Giants, who are basically on the same level as us, but we have a better defense. We have to be able to win to move on. And the Giants start off with the ball in the divisional round, and they get an immediate penalty benefiting them as we get the turnover at their goal line. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6, and they're going to go downfield once again and only get a field goal. 3-0, 3rd and 2. We're trying to get some points up on the board. 2nd and 20, 3rd and 23, and we get the first. Wow, 2nd and 23, 1st and goal with Miles Sanders getting the pass. 3rd and goal, and we're going to have to settle for a field goal. 3-3, all that just to get a field goal. 3rd and 4, 4th and 4. Our defense locks them up, and we're trying to get a touchdown, the first touchdown of the day. And we're moving downfield. We're about to get into the red zone, and we do get into the red zone. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 13, and we get the touchdown regardless of the loss. 10-3, as the Giants have the ball and almost get the first, but are not able to. 4th and 2. As we get into the red zone and possibly get another touchdown, 17-3. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 7, 4th and 7. They tried to go for the field goal and ended up missing it with Graham Gano. And we are moving quick downfield with the ball. 24-3 before the half, and we get the ball at the half. If we get a touchdown now, oh, we got the conversion on 3rd down, 2nd and 10. What I was saying was, never mind. Never mind. And we try to go for the field goal and miss it. Wow. 2nd and 1, 4th and 12, and they tried to go for the field goal and miss it. Wow, it is a duel of bad kickers. 4th and 1, we punt it back to them. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and inches, and we make them lose yards on 3rd and inches. 24-3. We are not coming back into this. We're getting our momentum back. 4th and 13, 27-3. That's all but over. That's all but over. We're just going to speed this up. They get a touchdown finally. Aren't able to get the PAT. We get a touchdown back. We get another touchdown. 41-9. They get another touchdown. 41-16 is the final score as the Panthers move on to the NFC Conference Championship for the first time since Cam Newton was on the team. And we have to face the 14-3 Philadelphia Eagles to have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, we have a lot of momentum right now, but damn, Philadelphia Eagles is a very difficult matchup. As we do start off with the ball and are trying to get some points up on the board, and we throw a pick, but 4th and 4 makes them punt it back to us. 3rd and inches. Bryce Young is trying to make up for that last one, but is not able to, as we have to punt it back to them. As they have to punt it back to us, it is a back and forth defensive game right now. 4th and 7. We go with the punt instead of the field goal, surprisingly enough. 3rd and 8. They get 2 big receptions and get the touchdown right after. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9, 4th and 5. And a penalty knocks us back 5 yards, and we end up punting it to them. 3rd and 10, 4th and 6. We need a touchdown before the half. 4th and 6. And we punt it back to them with 30 seconds left on the clock. They're trying to get some more points up on the board before the half. 2 seconds left, and they call their last timeout to get a 10-0 lead before they get the ball. But 4th and 1 makes them punt it to us as we get some conversions and some big receptions. 2nd and goal, we get the touchdown, 10-7. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 10, damn. 3rd and 8, 4th and 8, and they settle for the field goal. We need a touchdown on this drive in order to stay in the game or to even take the lead right now. 3rd and 3 at the start of the 4th. We get the conversion on 3rd down, 2nd and 10, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, and we get the touchdown. We get a 1-point lead on the Philadelphia Eagles. 3rd and 5. We need one more defensive stop to secure this game as the Philadelphia Eagles are going downfield and get the touchdown regardless and get the 2-point conversion too. And we're trying to start off hot on this drive as we get past the 50 very quickly. 3rd and 10, 4th and 4. And we go for it and get the touchdown. It is a tie game, 21-21. Our defense has to show up here, and they make them punt it with a minute 19 left, 2nd and 9. Bryce Young has to show who he is right now. 3rd and 10, 4th and 4, and we have to punt it back to them with 30 seconds left. 2nd and 4, and that's going into OT as we start off with the ball. 3rd and inches, 1st and 10. We get past the 50, 3rd and 8, 4th and 3, and we punt it to them. All they need is a field goal, 4th and 3, and they punt it back to us. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5. Oh my gosh, 3rd and 10. Ooh, we convert on 3rd down, 1st and 15, 2nd and 15, 3rd and 5, and 4th and 5. We punt it back to them, 3rd and 9, 4th and 13. It is a back and forth defensive overtime right now. We just need a field goal, 2nd and 5 at the 21, and we win it. We win it and move on to the Super Bowl. We have done the impossible and beat the Philadelphia Eagles, who were 14-3 in overtime. Bryce Young shows up and gets us to the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, we have to face the Buffalo Bills, who are 12-5. Whew. Another difficult matchup. Might be at the same level as the Philadelphia Eagles. And we do start off with the ball in the Super Bowl. And Bryce Young wants to start off hot as Miles Sanders gets the rushing touchdown. 3rd and 9, we let him convert. And they're moving downfield to tie up the game. It is 7-7, 4th and 8, and we punt it back to them. They have a chance to take the lead, 4th and 1, though, and they have to punt it back to us as we're trying to get our lead right back, 14-7. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9, 4th and 3, and they punt it back to us. Could they? Oh, I was just about to say something. An interception by the Bills gets them into prime touchdown range, and they tie up the game, 14-14, as we go back and forth. 1st and 20, and they convert regardless. At the end of the 2nd, they're about to get to the touchdown, and they do just that. 14 seconds left, and we run out the 2nd quarter as they start off with the ball and are going downfield to get another touchdown, making it a 2-touchdown game right now. We could very well come back into this as we just get a touchdown, 28-21, and we make them punt it. We have to take advantage of this now, 4th and 2. Damn. Oh, but we make them punt it back to us again. I don't know what happened there. 4th and 2, we punt it back to them. We got a safety. I was so confused. We got a safety, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, and we get the touchdown. Could this be it? Is Bryce Young really like that? 3rd and 18, 4th and 22, and they missed a field goal. All we have to do is run out the clock. We punt it back to them. They only need 3 points up on the board in order to come to tie this game. 4th and 1. They go for it. They convert. Okay, hold on now. 4th and inches. And they go for the field goal. 25 seconds left on the clock. 18 seconds left. 10 seconds left. And we go into overtime. We start off with the ball. 3rd and 1. 2nd and 1. Oh my gosh. We went from basically winning the game from a safety to now getting a touchdown in overtime. Our defense just has to show up here. 4th and 12. Ooh, they convert on 4th and 12. 2nd and 3. 3rd and 1. 2nd and 7. 1st and goal, and they get a touchdown. Is it sudden death now? 3rd and 5. 3rd and 1. 4th and 3. And we convert. 2nd and 5. Oh my gosh, this is... And we win the game. We win the Super Bowl. The rebuild is over. What? That is insane. Bryce Young is really that man. We added some pieces. We definitely added some pieces. We added some key pieces, especially a middle linebacker. We got a defensive tackle. We re-signed most of our players thinking that we weren't... Nobody's picking up Derek Brown like that. But, wow, that's going to do it. Holy crap. Bryce Young is that man. Wow. That is insane. That is insane. Bryce Young wins his first Super Bowl in the league in his 2nd year. All right. And Derek Brown wins Super Bowl MVP. So whoever gets picked up, I think, is Super Bowl MVP. Because that's been a trend now. But Justin Fields won NFL MVP. But we win by 3 points against the Buffalo Bills. Wow. I am flabbergasted right now. I guess that's going to do it. Bryce Young is like that. Bryce Young is the future of the Carolina Panthers. Wow. I mean, we can take a look at the roster before we end this right now, but Bryce Young is a superstar, 90 overall. Miles Sanders is also a superstar. Corbett is an 86 superstar. He jumped up. Tobin is an 81. I mean, the team just looks great. The team just looks great right now. Wow. I'm amazed. I am absolutely amazed by it. Wow. That's insane, man. That's insane. If you did enjoy that, please go down there. Like and subscribe for me. Follow the socials below me. I was not expecting it to be this quick. But damn. I am insanely intrigued right now by Bryce Young and his potential. Hopefully that translates into real life because I expect it to. He's one of my favorite prospects coming out of the draft. Of course, the #1 prospect, but just as a player, as a person, he seems like a great guy. So hopefully it does translate onto the field. And yeah, again, if you enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Well, I'm sure you thought that was the end of the video. Nah. Nah, I'm not going to do 2 years and then do y'all like that. We won the Super Bowl. We're just going to move on to the next season. Oh, man. Got a lot of big things to worry about now, though. I think we re-signed some of our players. We have to see who else we have to re-sign. I just had to go to sleep last night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning whenever I was recording that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just end the video. The more I thought about it when I was going to sleep, I was not going to allow a 2-year rebuild to happen and barely me doing anything in the 2-year rebuild. So Jeremy Chin is our next order of priority, if that's the phrase. Very player friendly, trying to keep him for the rest of his career. Basically, this offer's perfect. So we keep Jeremy Chin. Don't have to worry about free safety. Shaq Thompson. Look, man, neutral deal. I'm solid with. You can be a solid right outside linebacker for the time being, maybe even a mentor. He's happy to sign, so we keep Shaq Thompson on the team. Frankie Louisville would be great to keep as well. Let's get the kicker first. A 2-year deal, easy money. Thank you. Come back to the team. Desmond King, not sure. Sheldon Rankins has significantly dropped. Gross Matos, I would like to bring back. His year 30 season's fine with me. I think free agency will be better for me in the long run. I basically gave you one of the best contracts that you'll ever get, and you just declined it. CJ Henderson at age 25. Could keep him, and then he keeps developing. Very player-friendly. That's a good offer. So we keep him. We don't have to re-sign Desmond King. $68 million left, though. That my free agency is bugging right now. So So we win the Super Bowl. We're probably like the 32nd pick. We don't have a high pick right now. So really, we're going to be taking a value pick at that. I'm not confident, Luvu. I'm not confident that you're going to be very good for the foreseeable future. I have to look at the draft and see if we have a chance to get a left outside linebacker or an outside linebacker to replace Frankie Luvu, because I'm not really confident. Strong safety. There is a left outside linebacker a little bit higher, which we could definitely trade up for. I'm not hesitant to do that. I just might do that. Keep the 60-something million that we have right now. We don't have to re-sign anybody else in terms of free agency or negotiating with our current players. So 67.8. I don't know why it jumped so much in terms of the salary cap. So I'm going to take a look and make sure that nobody retired from our team. The Panthers, Andy Dalton retires. Okay, so that's the only one. Was he getting paid 30 mil? We had like 60 mil at the midseason mark. I guess he was getting paid 30. I'm glad he's gone. Oh, and we can add to our defense right now. Right end, Nick Bosa, who is interested in coming to the team, giving him a very player-friendly deal. Want to be the team that gets him. I'm sure it's because we won the Super Bowl, but I don't mind it. If we put Dexter Lawrence next to Derek Brown, that is a killer duo right there. I don't think we need much of anything else. We have Jeremy Chin back on the team. Strong safety, I'm pretty sure CJ Gardner-Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. We don't need a right outside linebacker. We still have Shaq Thompson. Yeah, I think just adding some units on the defensive side would definitely help a lot. Let me take a look real quick just to make sure. The offensive side has everything we need. I mean, wide receivers, maybe wide receivers would be a good idea, but I think the priority is defense always. So a right end is what we need at the moment. We could draft a cornerback in the draft. We have Von Bell and Jeremy Chin at strong safety and free safety. Eric Kendricks is signed for another year. He still hasn't regressed yet, so that's good for us. So a left outside linebacker in the draft will be solid. We get a defensive tackle in Nick Bosa to fill out the defensive line. Yeah, I like it. I like it so far. I mean, I don't see anything else that we could possibly get with the money that we have. We have about 4.24. We're fighting with another team to get him, to get Dexter Lawrence II to be specific. So we'll see if we end up getting him. If we don't, we can sign some wide receivers. We'll make them decide now, and they both decide to come to the team. So 4.24 million with the money that we have right now. Could we add anybody solid on the wide receiver end? Devontae Parker, you currently have nobody offering you anything. How about if I offer you a solid little 2.5, drop this down to like 1.5. You're probably not going to be super interested, but I don't know who else is going to offer you a contract right now. Brandon Ayuk. Y'all want too much money. I'm not going to try that. Deontay Harty, who was a pretty big piece for... Who was it that we faced in the Super Bowl? Whoever we faced in the Super Bowl was pretty big for them. The Broncos went above us. Wow. The Broncos went above us in terms of signing Devontae Parker. Not necessarily concerned. I think our wide receivers can develop still. Adam Thielen, I think it's just Bryce Young being able to be Bryce Young at that point. If we do end up needing anything, we could very well just trade Chuba Hubbard to get a wide receiver because he is very solid. Hayden Hurst is still solid for us too. Yeah, our defense is just a unit right now. So I think our defense is going to help us out a lot, and then we're going to depend on Miles Sanders, Bryce Young, and Hayden Hurst to be lethal on the offensive side. Yeah, I'm confident with that. We can go ahead and trade for... We'll move up a little bit higher than what it says for where he's supposed to get drafted. I don't really like to trust Madden CPU with that type of stuff. They like to screw me over in those situations. So we'll do a little 6th round pick. We're going to try to get the 25th pick or 24th. 24th is fine with me. We'll move up. Not enough, so we'll send the 7th round pick to them. And that should be enough. No, it's not. Okay, 1 second. All right, well, we're sending our first round pick and 2/4 to the Vikings for their 25th pick. I tried to move up a little bit higher because I did see a left outside linebacker that I liked, but was asking for a little bit too much. I tried to give basically a lot, really, but wasn't really budging. We'll go ahead and hop in. There are some wide receivers that I was trying to get at one point. Still was unsuccessful, so we'll just hope that Bryce Young is really like that and is able to work with what we have right now, and then we'll get him wide receivers in the next draft. But as we are at the 25th pick, we're trying to get a left outside linebacker, ideally, and none right now. Left outside linebacker, round 2 to 3. But do we wait? Because my thing is, if we wait, then we're basically screwed. He has F power moves, B man coverage. I don't know. How do the wide receivers look right now? If the wide receivers look good, then I think I might take a wide receiver. Kendall Callahan looks pretty decent. Right tackle we don't necessarily need. Callahan might be the way to go just because I don't want to overreach on somebody, and he has some good physicals. Yeah, A spectacular catch, A catch in traffic, B catching, B release, C deep route, which isn't a necessary concern of ours. Yeah, Kendall Callahan joining the team, hidden development, going right beside Bryce Young. 95 jumping, 90 speed, 87 agility, and 90 acceleration. The exact fit that we needed to because he's physical. We don't have any physical wide receivers right now. So we'll go ahead and simulate. Actually, let's try to go to the top of the second round, maybe. Just because I want to see if I can trade up to that pick. You know, he might actually be there. And if he isn't, well, we'll test our chances. We'll test our chances right now. He's the 28th best player on the board, so we'll see if he ends up dropping to us, as we are at the 32nd pick. Theo Gordon goes right before us. Not looking for a left end at all. Left outside linebacker. He is here. Now that makes me think that he's not that great. F power moves. Let's take a look at the other ones. I don't think that they've been taken yet. Tony Callaway was one that I was looking at just now. He has A zone coverage. He's a pass coverage. He actually looks really good. I think it's going to be Tony Callaway. A zone coverage, A injury, A awareness, C play recognition. Damn. Yeah, we're going to take Tony Callaway. Taking a chance. Hidden development, 89 speed, 86 jumping, 86 agility, 88 acceleration. I'm glad I took him over the other guy because I don't think the other guy would have been that good. And now what I'm looking for, look at the left outside linebacker dropping. What I'm looking for now is a cornerback, ideally, because we only have 3 at the moment. It would be good to have another one. Quincy Kilgore doesn't look that good, though. And the guy that I'm looking at right now, Felix Barnard, looks like he's going to be in day 3, so I don't have to get him right now. Has some solid stats. He could very well be very solid for our team. Quincy Kilgore, do you have good physicals at least? You have D zone coverage. You don't have the greatest physicals, so you're not enticing me at all to get you. Wide receiver could be one again. Or we can go offensive line and just do the safe route, just because you can't really have too much depth at offensive line. And this right tackle looks pretty decent and could be a good backup for the future. John Hardesty. I feel like we've had that name before. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. John Hardesty, right tackle, normal development. Trying to get depth at the position, and we're going to see if our cornerback that we're looking at is going to be in day 3 with the round 5 prospects right now. As we get all the way down, Bruce Weary goes right before us. We're going to look at the cornerbacks. Look at that left outside linebacker still dropping. Cornerbacks, he's not here. He is not here. Damn, that is definitely tough. That was most definitely tough. We're going to take a free safety. I want to see if this guy's that good. A, hit power, run support, D zone coverage, not the greatest, but he has some decent physicals as a day 3 prospect. C, play recognition. B, block shedding. C, awareness. Yeah, I should have known from the C awareness. 6'2", run support. Just going to be riding the bench. All right, and at the start of the new season, Callahan is a 76 overall, so that was a great pick by us. Bryce Young is an 87 superstar. Miles Sanders, 92 superstar. Everybody else looks pretty solid. I think we're going to be good with the wide receiver core that we have, and of course the defense is great. I mean, Callaway's a 71. Could be better. We're going to put him starting, so hopefully he does end up playing well. Where are you from? I saw you at the end of the last season, but do we really need you? Because I feel like you're going to keep taking Callaway's spot. I think I'm going to release him. Just because I want Callaway to have his chance. I don't want to have anybody getting in the way of his chance. So Callaway is going to be starting. Kendricks, Shaq Thompson, Jeremy Chin, Von Bell, J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Dexter Lawrence, Nick Bosa. I mean, the corner room is great too. That D-line is insane. That front four, unmatched right now. But we'll go ahead and simulate to the midseason mark and see how this goes. And if this is another season that we win the Super Bowl, that will be the end of the rebuild. And at the midseason mark, we are 5-2. Let's see if Callaway's doing good right now. I mean, the left outside linebacker position could be key on this team, as Bryce Young is up to an 88. Callahan's up to a 78. Still hasn't gotten his full development. Callaway is doing well right now. Everybody's doing fine. Everybody is doing great. We are 5-2, looking for another Super Bowl this year. Stats and awards. We'll hopefully look to see 10th in offensive yards. Pretty decent for our offense right now with not too many star wide receivers. 13th in defensive. Okay, 1,800 yards, 9 TDs, and 7 interceptions for Bryce Young. A rough start to the season, but we're still 5-2. 600 yards and 11 TDs for Miles Sanders already. Receiving, Miles Sanders has 456 and 3 TDs, the leading receiver. Marshall has 419 yards, and Callahan has 360 with 2 TDs. So he's getting his share. Shaq Thompson has the most tackles. Nick Bosa has 9 CFLs. Thompson has 8, and Lawrence has 7 sacks. Brian Burns has 5.5. Bosa has 5. Dexter Lawrence has 5. Interceptions, J.C. Horn has 2. Eric Kendricks has 1, and Jeremy Chin has 1. So we're starting off good. We're starting off decent. We need to pick it up a little bit, even though we are 5-2. Almost 1-to-1 interception touchdown rating is not great. So players ready to negotiate. I don't know if we're going to have that much. Oh, we do. We definitely do, because Miles Sanders' contract is up. We might let him go into free agency. We just might. He is 27, so I assume that I'm not going to have to pay him that much when he goes into free agency. Von Bell wants a 3-year deal at age 29, which is very questionable. Adam Thielen, Chuba Hubbard. All these I feel like I can deal with in the offseason. 75 mil. I mean, J.C. Horn I would like to get right now. That's the future. That is the future of our team right there. Very player-friendly. That is exactly the offer that he was looking for. So we keep J.C. Horn. We only had to spend 11 mil of our cap, which isn't bad at all. Austin Corbett I would like on the team. We're going to give him a 2-year deal still. Happy to sign with the organization. I'm not trying to get rid of our lineman right now. Von Bell, I don't know if I'm giving you a 3-year deal, dog. Like, I don't know who is, actually. I don't know who is going to give you a 3-year deal. We're going to have to see how you develop throughout the season. Dante Jackson, 28 years old. All these things I can really deal with in the offseason. Hecker, I would like to keep on the team. We'll give him a 3-year deal till he's 37. You need to do more to convince me. Interesting. I don't see other teams offering you 3-year deals to stay on their team. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do about 51 mil, 64 mil in reality. We don't need to do the national focus. I have a feeling that this is going to be the end of the rebuild, just because there's nothing to rebuild anymore. Like, it's just going to be a dynasty at this point. We're going to keep it pushing. Bryce Young is going to keep being Bryce Young, and hopefully we can win another Super Bowl. And at the end of the season, we are 11-6. The Cowboys made the playoffs with an 8-9 record. That would not slide with us. But we were 10th in offensive yards by the end of the season again. Looks like Bryce Young had a bit of an off year. 3rd in defensive yards, though, as we expected. 4,600 yards, 27 TDs, and 13 interceptions for Bryce Young. Miles Sanders had 1,319 TDs. Receiving, Adam Thielen picked it up with 1,008 TDs. Miles Sanders with 1,004 TDs. Miles Sanders is insane. He might have won Offensive Player of the Year, and now we're going to have to pay him a lot more. 936 and 5 TDs for Marshall and 806 TDs for the rookie. Defense, Eric Hendricks has the most tackles. TFLs goes to Dexter Lawrence with 18, Shaq Thompson with 14, Brian Burns with 14, and Nick Bosa with 12. Sacks goes to Nick Bosa with 20, Brian Burns with 15, Dexter Lawrence with 12.5. Interceptions, J.C. Horn had 3, Jeremy Chin had 3, and Eric Hendricks had 2. Jeez. Okay, the defensive front was good. Was definitely good. We're going to have to see if Callahan... Was it Callahan or... yeah, Callahan. He is our wide receiver 2 now, so that's good for him. Callaway is a 74 overall, so that's good for him too. We have a pretty solid team right now. We have a pretty solid team. If I had more time, I would probably simulate this for another like 10 years just to see how long we could go. Just be dominating across the league. But if we win the Super Bowl in this one, it's the end of the rebuild. We're going to go ahead and hop into this with an 8-9 Dallas Cowboys. And as we do start off with the ball, we're looking to get a touchdown on the first drive, and we do that. But the Cowboys come back and answer with a touchdown of their own as our defense is trying to get some sort of stop here. 3rd and 15, and they get another reception on 3rd down and only get the field goal on that drive. As we're getting closer and closer, and we're going to get the touchdown 14-10 as we are trying to stop them. 4th and 14, they punt it. I thought they were going to kick the field goal, but I guess they don't have a good enough kicker to do so. As we get a field goal to extend it to a touchdown lead as they get the ball at the start of the second half, and they get a big reception to get a touchdown as we're trying to get that lead right back, but we're not going to be able to. 4th and 2, 17-17, 3rd and 8, 4th and 1 is not going to be enough to get the first down as we are trying to get some more points up on the board as we get into the red zone. 1st and goal, 24-17, Panthers, as we get a pick, and we could have gotten the dagger with that touchdown, but it is only a 10-point game still. 4th and 5, they go for it, they convert. 4th and 17, they're not able to convert on that one. A negative 3-yard rush, 3rd and 5. 4th and 1, we take the field goal to extend it to 13 points, and that's really going to do it for this game as they get a touchdown last second, but it doesn't matter as we move on to the divisional to face whoever we have to face to get to our second championship. Now we are facing the Green Bay Packers, who I don't think have Aaron Rodgers anymore, but they still have Jair Alexander and probably a really solid defense. And the Packers do start off with the ball at Lambeau Field, but have to punt it on their first drive as we get a quick touchdown to go downfield. Our defense has to be able to lock them up, and they only get 3 points on that one. 7-3, make it 14-3. We almost stop them again, but a 76-yard touchdown for Aaron Jones makes it a 14-10 game, and we're not able to get the first on that drive. Their defense woke up. 4th and 11, they make it a 1-point game. 4th and 3, we get a field goal, 17-3 at the end of the second. Can we stop them? 15-yard penalty, 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left, pass is knocked away. 4th and 4, and they're just going to take the field goal at the end of the first half as we do start off with the ball. We only have a 1-point lead, so the urgency needs to be on. We punt it away, and the Green Bay Packers are going to go downfield and get another touchdown as our offense can't do anything, but our defense and our rookie, Tony Callaway, gets the pick. 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, and our offense executes for the touchdown as we get a 25-22 lead with the 2-point conversion, but our defense is just simply not able to stop that Packers offense. 3rd and I don't know what it was, and we're moving into the red zone, 29-25, and make it 32-29. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. 3rd and 6, we stop them. They punt it with 4 minutes left on the clock. 3rd and 5. Well, that's why, because our offense is incapable of doing anything. 2nd and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. 32-29. We can't let them get a touchdown. We can't let them get a touchdown. and we let them get the touchdown. 35 to 32, 36 to 32 now. 3rd and 2, we get a penalty to move us forward 5 yards by Devontae Wyatt. 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4, we get another penalty to move us forward. The Packers defense still stays the same as it does in real life because they can definitely give you some penalties. 2nd and 3 with a 7-yard rush by Bryce Young and 30 seconds left on the clock, and Kendall Callahan gets a 4-yard touchdown. The extra point is good and make it a 3-point game. 30 seconds left on the clock. 3rd and 7. They're moving. They are most definitely moving right now. Pass is knocked away. 1 second left on the clock. Did they call a timeout on that? They tied it up before the half. Laviska Shenault, who left us, is on the Green Bay Packers now. Wow. Can we go downfield and finish this, please? 2nd and 5. 3rd and 5. 4th and 5. And we take the field goal. They immediately are coming out hot. 4th and 13, and they punt it away? Or they probably went for it and were unsuccessful. Well, unsuccessful. And now we move on to the NFC Conference Championship with Bryce Young once again with the added additions of Nick Bosa and Dexter Lawrence II. And we are now facing the 11-6 Buccaneers, who actually beat us out for the top of the division. I didn't even see that. Vita Vea is a 93 overall. I don't know who they have at QB, but I guess we're about to find out. As the Panthers do start off with the ball in the Super Bowl, 2nd and 15, 3rd and 15, and we're not able to do anything on the first drive as the Chiefs get a quick touchdown against us. And we end up getting a field goal, 7-3, 3rd and inches. We're not able to stop them on that one. Second quarter starts, 4th and 3, they get a field goal. It is now a touchdown game. And we are looking to get one to tie it up. 2nd and 15, 3rd and 24. Jeez, we're going to have to settle for the field goal. 10-6, and we get the pick by Dante Jackson. 13-10. A quick turnaround for us right now. 3rd and 5, they get a touchdown. 17-13. We're trying to get something before the end of the half. 4th and 9 gets us to the 40, and we missed a field goal. And they have a chance to get a field goal of their own. And they're going to get more than that. They're going to get a touchdown. 24-13, 16 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the first half as they get the ball first. 3rd and 4, and they're going to immediately get some points up on the board, and we turn it over. 3rd and 6, 4th and 6, 30-13 in the third quarter. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. We punt it away. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 7, 4th and 3, and they missed the field goal. 2nd and 10. This is our chance right here to come back into the game. 4th and 3, and we get the touchdown. 30-20. And our defense just has to be able to stop them, bro. Our defense just has to be able to stop them. And they get the field goal blocked. 30-20. No way they fucked this up. Nope. Oh, all right. Never mind. 17-yard reception by Adam Thielen to get the first down. 3rd and 10 again. This is where I'll jump in. I accidentally pressed jump to the next play on the last one. All right. Minute 47. I'll let them handle the defense. I want us to get this first down right now. I think we should be getting it. 4th and 10. All right. Miles Sanders could very well get open on this. He is a superstar X Factor, surprisingly enough. Oof. And they miss a 60-yard field goal. I got mad quiet because I thought it was over. 30-27. 57 seconds left on the clock, and the onside kick is recovered by them. We don't have any timeouts left. And that's the end of the rebuild. That's unfortunate. That is highly unfortunate. We lose by 3 at the end of the rebuild. We already won a Super Bowl. We're trying to do it again, go back to back, but now I thought we were going to win that one after getting that quick touchdown, but I didn't realize we had no timeouts whatsoever. So Bryce Young might get some more in the future. Oh, damn, but not in this one. Not in this one. Patrick Mahomes stops another young quarterback from getting a Super Bowl or another Super Bowl. Damn. And at the end of the Carolina Panthers rebuild, Miles Sanders and Nick Bosa both win Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. Wow. And we could have finished it off with Bryce Young possibly winning Super Bowl MVP, but we couldn't get the job done. 30-27. The Kansas City Chiefs once again stop another possible dynasty. If you enjoyed that, please go down there, like and subscribe for me. Let me know what other teams you want me to rebuild or build around, really. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.